Hello folks, Bronco Bob here with Texas Best Used Motorcycles right here in Mansfield, Texas. Here today to show you a really cool piece of Jeep history. It's a 1988 Jeep Wrangler. They call it the YJ. And that was the infamous square headlight Jeep, or should I say rectangular headlight. Created a lot of controversy, but a lot of people don't realize these were great platforms to build on because it had a fully boxed frame. A lot of rock crawlers that you saw built back in the day were built on the YJ chassis. This one rides on a fresh set of, looks like Renegade radials, kind of a mud terrain. And I was looking at the tire size. I sure already know it's a 32 1150. It's got new fender flares. It's painted kind of a cream beige. Some of the paint is really excellent and some of it has a lot of chips. For example, the very front here looks really good, and then around the headlights, edge of the hood, the grille, you can see quite a few rock chips. And it looks like they painted the center panel, it almost looks like a rattle can finish or some kind of a coating. This fender here looks very good. The hood looks nice. And then the cowl has some rock chips, a little bit of patina around the windshield. It's got an aluminum high lift jack mount. It looks like a stainless steel little cowl vent. And I love the old school KC light bar. And something that I haven't really seen in a while, it's got the half doors that are hard doors. And then this upper is fiberglass, and you can unbolt it. So you can actually take that off and have just a half door. And these are actual glass sliding panels. Almost looks like a drive-through at a little hamburger place. Kind of interesting doors. The dash is the traditional YJ dash. The gauges all work. It's got a Kenwood stereo. It's got a sound bar. The seats have obviously been replaced because they're in very good shape. And the rear seat as well. And it looks like they maybe sprayed a bed liner material in the floorboards. You can see the drain hole plugs have been pulled out. Could probably use a set of floor mats. It's a 5-speed transmission. It runs good. And the previous owner had the motor rebuilt, so there's no leaks and it's pretty sanitary under the hood. It's got these little rocker guards that are diamond plate. The chrome rear bumper to match the front bumpers. And the rear bumper does have a rust hole in it right here. Probably made in China. There's a few little holes here. They're threaded. Not sure what those were. Maybe, who knows. The tail lights have been changed to the LED lights. It's got a matching Mickey Thompson tire on the rear. Looks basically brand new, as do the other tires. It's got a little blemish right here on the quarter. The paint's coming off. But overall, a pretty nice Jeep. And if you'll notice, the glass on the side is clear and nice, the rear. But on this right rear quarter, it's dull. And what it looks like to me is they replaced it, maybe with some plexiglass. Maybe they broke the glass out of it. So it's just one thing that kind of caught my eye. But these hard doors with the sliding panels are pretty interesting. But it runs good, drives good, shifts through all the gears. It's got a big fan that kind of blows on you like a bus driver. It's pretty hot here in Texas today, so it actually is functional. I mean, I got in it and felt that. I was like, well, that's kind of nice. I was going to show you under the hood. But it's kind of a classic Jeep. It's got a lift kit on it. I'm going to guess 3 inches. It's going to take 2 hands to open this hood, so I got to set the camera down for a second. But it looks like all the lines, fuel lines, fuel filter, carburetor looks new. You can see a new fuel pump, MSD coil, new battery. A lot of the wiring looks new. It still has the appropriate, like the jacking gauge. A little warning deal about the oil filter. The Jeep vehicle emission sticker still there. Looks like it's got some air horns. I'm not sure how they work, but they're on there. It's got power brakes, disc up front, power steering. You can see new hoses. The air cleaner is not the factory air cleaner. It's a little Edelbrock. These had computer controlled carburetors, and that was removed in favor of a more stock configuration, which is easier to tune and get running. But it's I'll start it up. It's got the 4-liter engine. It's really kind of a high torque, kind of a tractor motor, I call it. Showing 155,000 miles. There's the bus driver fan I was talking about. You can see it's running cool, low on gas, good oil pressure. There's your alternator gauge. Got a little console, little place to put, looks like CDs, drink holder, and the hard upper door on the driver's side. Could use a set of floor mats, and I'm not sure what this. There's a cable here on the front. That may be the disconnect for the front axle. Truthfully, I'm not sure. But she's a good running Jeep, a good piece of Jeep history, being the YJ with square headlights. The predecessor to this Jeep was the CJ7. And the Jeep that followed this generation was the TJ, which is the coil spring suspension Jeep. It looks like they put a lift kit. Looks like it's got some pretty new shocks on it. Again, it rides good, it doesn't leak. It's just a pretty good little run around town Jeep. 5-speed transmission. All the gears shift smooth like they should. License plate light is lit up. But there you have it. 1988 Jeep Wrangler, 4-wheel drive, hard doors, hard top. A lot of these hard tops disappeared over the years, so it's nice to see one that still has the hard top, and it's actually insulated inside. Notice how those hard doors fit that top. Really snug, keeps the water out, keeps the elements out. But have a great day. I'm Bronco Bob. Hope to see you in our showroom soon, or we can ship this to you anywhere in the USA or anywhere in the world. Have a great day. I'm Bronco Bob, wishing you happy trails.